Welcome to Cars on the Road. When the guests come in, we explain to them how this gigantic boom truck was the actual inspiration for Tow Mater in the movie Cars. Michael Wallace, who's the voice of the sheriff, was called by John Lasseter and asked if he would show John's Pixar animators what Route 66 was all about, since Michael Wallace is the guru of Route 66. He wrote the Mother Road. So Michael met the Pixar animators in Chicago, and they drove the route, and Michael took them along all the ghost towns on Route 66. When they arrived in Kansas, they stopped down here in what we call Luigi's Pit Stop, which at the time was just a broken down building, and they walked up our main street. Joe Raft, who was the head of story for Monsters Inc., Toy Story, and Cars, saw our international boom truck parked against the brick building to the south of us with a tree growing right up through the boom. Michael said he came up behind Joe and said, "Boy, that truck's got character, doesn't it, Joe?" And he said, "It sure does." So I know some of these facts because I love Michael Wallace. He's a dear friend of mine, but he also wrote the book with his wife, Suzanne, The Art of Cars. This is all the inspirations that the Pixar animators have as they was traveling up 66. And right here close to the front is a picture of Joe Raft, head of story, looking at our international truck parked against that building, again with the tree growing up through the boom. Joe Raft unfortunately died before the movie came out in a car wreck in California. So I was told by Michael that Joe wanted to be the voice of Red, the fire truck. So as you noticed in the movie, Red's always silent and he never talks because they left him silent for Joe. So this is Dean Walker. We call him Crazy Legs. Dean was the president of the Kansas Historic Route 66 Association at the time that Michael brought the Pixar animators through. And Michael asked Dean to meet him on the Rainbow Bridge, which Dean did. Dean said, "Look what I can do." And honestly, Dean's that goofy. So not only did Dean show him that he could turn his feet completely around, as I said, he's double jointed at the knees, but he also is goofy enough to be one of the inspiration for Mater's character. And he's the inspiration for Mater driving better backwards than he does forward. More inspirations that was just here in Kansas. Right across the street, we have what we call the Bradshaw Building, Front Street Garage. It used to be a White Rose gas station, and on the north side of that building is what us roadies call ghostwriting, faded advertisement that just keeps seeping through. Across the street is this ghostwriting, and this is what it inspired in the movie Cars. This is where Mater is telling Lightning he owes him attorney fees, $32,000 to be exact. So the shape of the building and the way the ghostwriting is faded on the building is the inspiration for this part in the movie Cars. And then this little tear-down building right here above, this is our building. Well, when Pixar came through, this picture that we have posted up here, this middle picture, is what the building looked like. It was dilapidated, falling apart. So they put that building in the movie because they wanted to show how businesses, buildings, and towns were falling apart, becoming ghost towns. So they wanted to emphasize that in the animated feature. And also because we are the home of Tow Mater. This book is great. Michael Wallace is an author and has several books out. This is one of my favorites. He might kill me because I said that. But make sure you can get it. You can get it on Amazon if you'd like.